This is the Skyblock auction house, and this is the New York Stock Exchange. Now you may be wondering what these two things have in common, or since this is a Minecraft video, you may be wondering what the the New York Stock Exchange is. Well, on the stock exchange, you can buy and sell shares of different companies, and on the auction house, you can buy and sell different Skyblock items. Now, a term often used by crypto bros is market cap, and to explain market cap in Skyblock terms, we can take an item such as the giant sword, and we know there are 30,075 giant swords in the game, and over the last month, the average price a giant sword has sold for on the auction house is 195,792,000 coins. So taking that number as the estimated average value for all giant swords, we can take the number of them and multiply it by that estimated value, giving us a theoretical market cap of 5.88 trillion. Meaning if you wanted to buy every single giant sword, that's our best estimate for what it would cost you. So in this video, we'll be looking at Skyblock's most popular items, just how many exist, and how many coins it would cost you to buy every single one of them. In my Discord, I asked you guys which items you think had the highest market cap, and I got a whole lot of suggestions. But before I get into those, I often sit in VC in my server editing videos just like the one you're watching right now. So if you want early access to content and some fun giveaways like the 120 mil coin giveaway we're doing right now, swing by and say hello. The link is in description, or just go to discord.gg/Cakesol. The first suggestion I got was the aspect of the dragons. It released in August 2019 with the end update, so there's been a lot of time for the community to drop them and rack up those numbers. There's a grand total of 470,164 in public inventories. Our estimated value is 1,562,676 coins, and that gives us a market cap of just 734 billion coins, which compared to the giant sword's 5.88 trillion feels a bit low. Even though there's so many more AOTDs, its price just doesn't hold up. But someone else suggested that maybe divan drills could compete. Released with the Crystal Hollows update in July 2021, its base drop chance is 0.000125%, or 1 in 800,000. But if 10 real-life hours go by without any player on the server dropping one, each hour the chance is multiplied by 10, being capped at a drop chance of 1 in 8,000 or 0.0125%. We know about 2,866 divan drills and 1,099 alloys, meaning an average of 6.4 alloys have dropped per day since the update. Divan drills have sold for an average of 1.279 billion coins and alloys 857 million coins, giving us a drill market cap of 3.66 trillion and an alloy market cap of 942 billion. And since the alloy is the main ingredient when crafting the drill, I'll combine these for a market cap of 4.6 trillion on our leaderboard, not quite passing the giant sword. In our quest to find the highest market cap item in Skyblock, I decided to think a little smarter. What's an item most people seem to have that's worth a good chunk of change? If you said wither chestplates, you'd be right. Although wither chestplates were released 47 days after the giant sword, they have a 5.44 times higher drop chance when getting an S+ run. But giant swords are dropped from floor 6 and chestplates from floor 7, and looking at some of the top dungeon players' floor completions, we can see that floor 7 is vastly more popular, meaning there should be a whole lot more wither chestplates than giant swords, but let's see. When it comes to base wither chestplates, there's 8,017 of them, but they can be crafted into 4 other variants. There are 138,250 Necron chestplates, 64,373 Storm chestplates, 38,451 Gold Ore chestplates, and 10,092 Maxa chestplates, which makes sense because people really only use Maxa boots. Well, that gives us a total of 259,183 wither chestplates, and taking their respective estimated values of 34.4 million, 29.5 million, 22.6 million, and 21.6 million, and the base chestplate of 10.5 million. This gives us a combined market cap of 7.825 trillion, which marks a new top item on our leaderboard. But I still think that number can get higher, so back to the drawing board. Someone suggested the Bits Talisman. I'm sure there's a bunch of those, and they're not too cheap either. We know about 189,662 of them, and they have an estimated price of 7.8 million coins, but that only gives us a market cap just shy of 1.5 trillion. We need to delve deeper, think harder. Our top market cap item is armor. So what if we stay with that? Sorrow armor has been rising in price recently, but just how many pieces are there? There's 120,823 helmets worth 9.25 mil, 119,577 chestplates worth 13.6 mil, 118,526 leggings worth 12.27 mil, and 127,278 boots worth 7.07 mil. So do they have a chance of competing? Well, their individual market caps are 1.1, 1.6, 1.45, and 1.15 trillion. trillion, so they boast a combined market cap of 5.35 trillion, not quite passing the 7.825 trillion of wither chestplates. So let's stay on the topic of mining armor. What if we look into divan armor? There's 51,568 divan helmets, 49,107 divan chestplates, 47,474 divan leggings, and 51,427 divan boots. But whilst these numbers are under half the Sorrow counts, their prices certainly aren't. The average helmet goes for 45.3 mil, chestplate for 57.4 mil, leggings for 50.7 mil, and last but not least, boots with 43.2 mil, giving them a combined market cap of 9.8 trillion, beating the wither chestplate by a whopping 2 trillion coins. I do feel like we're slightly cheating though, since we're counting a full armor set versus just one piece. So let's go back to the suggestions from my Discord community and quick fire through these till we find something suitable. The Glacial Scythe. There's 9,451 of them in the ITEM database, and with a value of 44 mil, the Glacial Scythe market cap is just 400 billion. How about the Flower of Truth? We know there's at least 263,883 in the game, so with their sale price at an average of 3.1 million, it has a market cap of just over 800 billion. But none of these are coming close. Ooh, what about this one? The 655 drill. The divan drill had a massive market cap, so maybe this will too. There's 15,017 in the game, worth about 371.6 million coins each. That gets us a market cap of 5.6 trillion. Damn. Now I had a lot of people suggest fire sale skins, but with most of those there weren't more than a few thousand bought, and the really expensive ones had mere hundreds sold. They're also often applied to pets, which cuts down the supply even more. So if we take a look at the spooky Enderman skin for example, there were 2,000 sold, and we know about just 376 still existing. They've sold for an average of 202 million coins in the last month, so that would give it a measly market cap of just 76 billion, the lowest of all the ones we've looked at so far. So back to suggestions. Wooden helmets and hearts? There's 27,894 helmets and 5,998 hearts, worth 192 mil and 144.5 mil respectively, giving us a combined market cap of 6.2 trillion. The Ender artifact and relic? There's 21,184 artifacts, worth an estimated 173.2 mil each, and 10,229 relics, worth about 186.6 mil each, giving us a total Ender Talisman market cap of 5.6 trillion. I feel like we're missing some extremely obvious ones here. Since we just looked at Ender Talismans, what about Ender Slayer items? Maybe the Juju Shortbow, or even the Terminator? Well, when it comes to the Juju, we know about 172,320 of them. Their estimated value is just shy of 25 million coins, so to buy them it would set you back 4.3 trillion coins. Not quite enough to beat our top one, but maybe the Terminator has a shot. The Terminator is of course crafted with a Judgment Core, the best drop from Ender Slayer. There's 6,383 Judgment Cores in the game, and a whopping 19,450 Terminators, with massive estimated values of 383 million and 739 million, which smashes our previous best by 9 trillion coins. The combined market cap of Terminators and Judgment Cores is 16.8 trillion. That is an absolutely mental number, and I bet you're having a hard time getting your head around it. I know I am. But could anyone actually afford that? If, theoretically, the top 100 net worth players banded together, liquidated their entire net worths and set out on a quest to purchase every single Terminator and Judgment Core, could they afford it? Well, taking the leaderboard numbers from Soupy's net worth leaderboard, we can tell that the 100 richest Skyblock players are worth a combined 5.86 trillion coins, barely over a third of the Terminator's market cap. So what about the richest 200, 500, or even 1,000 players? Well, the richest 200 takes our combined net worth up to 9.6 trillion. The richest 500, they only just passed the market cap of Terminators with a combined net worth of 18.36 trillion. And if we add up the net worths of the top 1,000 richest players, we get 29,646,931,701,996 coins. But whilst looking through this list of richest players, I realized I've missed one of the most important items in the game, the Hyperion. So let's see, where will the best weapon in Skyblock fall on our leaderboard, and how many times over could the top 1,000 richest players buy them all? Just like the wither chestplates, we know there's a base item, then 4 different variants, but there's actually another. If you've never crafted a Hyperion, first you get the Necron's handle, combine it with 24 wither catalysts, and you get a Necron's blade, which you can further surround with the floor 6 giant drops to make your preferred sword. Your options are Valkyrie, of which there are 1,540, Scylla with 2,999 395 of them, Astrea with 3,314, and the legendary Hyperion with a whopping 26,840. Now I mentioned there's also Necron blades and Necron handles. There's 720 handles, but for some reason the database has clocked 91 Necron blades that haven't been crafted into an actual Wither blade. I should also point out that from handle to Hyperion, they always keep the same UUID, so when the database realizes it's changed forms, it removes it from the other list. So there really are 71 of those Necron blades floating around, and I'm intrigued what people are doing with them. Oh, anywho, moving on to their estimated values. For the handles and blades, I'll just be using the handle price of 568 million coins, so taking their combined count of 791, they have a market cap of 449 billion. However, with the crafted Wither blades, the price difference between a plain one with a single scroll, one with 2 scrolls, and one with 3 scrolls being in the hundreds of millions range. For the best estimate of value, I'll be using the Hyperion's sale price in the last month of 1.2 billion coins. There's a combined 34,689 Wither blades, and with that estimated value of 1.2 billion, that gives us a Necron handle Wither blade market cap of 42.14 trillion coins. So not even the top 1,000 richest players could afford that. You'd have to take the net worths of the top 1,696 richest Skyblock players and liquidate it all to buy every Hyperion. That is fucking insane, and quite a few of those players are either Iron Man or have a lot of stuff soulbound, so you'd most likely need the top 2,500 players' net worths combined. If you couldn't tell already, I really quite like numbers, so having access to a database of all items like this is really cool. It was created by my co-op Thomas and has so many cool uses, such as accurate tube checking like I covered in this video, and verifying scam or rat reports by being able to track down players' items like the staff members in Skyblock Maniacs do with it. Unfortunately, due to the recent API change announcements, the project is most likely going to be shut down, but for the meantime we can enjoy looking at data like this and using the ITEM project for all its cool features. Rest in peace, ITEM. I really hope you liked this video, I certainly enjoyed making it. Do consider subscribing if you're new around here. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.